Welcome guys to another episode of the WSXN podcast. As always, telephone, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And my mantra, a united Africa is an undisputed Africa. So guys, Niger, remember I did a video a couple of weeks back, where Nigeria, the ECOWAS, come together and they sanction Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, right? Nigeria, which is the head of the ECOWAS, along with Senegal, Benin, Ghana, a few other countries. But Nigeria had blocked the border for delivery of goods to Niger. Nigeria did that. And they also cut off electricity from Niger as well. So when they did that, it really put a hurt on Niger temporarily, and also Niger felt a big blow because they lose almost I think it was 1.5 billion they lose because they wasn't transferring goods to Niger, and it was hurting the economy. It hurt the economy as well. Fast forward when the Niger now, when they get cut off from current from Nigeria, what they did, they went and they build their own power plant and they install this massive acres of solar panel. They look at the picture of it right there. And a massive solar panel, and they get to normalize but their current because they was having short, like they have to do current here, current there, like, you know, sharing the current between villages. But now it's fully restored because it forced them to create their own power grid because of what Nigeria did. So basically, Nigeria actually, in hindsight, pushed Niger to build their own power plant, which they had the opportunity to do it, but they didn't because they was getting current from Nigeria. And Niger lose the amount of money for they're paying for the electricity. So they get blown twice. Now, Benin also closed their port to Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali as well. So there was no shipment coming in. There was no trucks crossing the borders. There was no containers coming in to the Benin port, because Benin border Niger. So now, fast forward, 6 months down the line, they put a hurt on Niger. So what? The king of Morocco, looking right there, that's the king of Morocco, opened up his port to Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali. Guess what happened after the king tell Niger, okay, we're going to have relations, we're going to sign deals you can use my port, you can upgrade your system to use my port and have a route from Niger to Morocco, which Morocco is also have the biggest port on the continent. Before we go further, take a look at the port. So guys, the Tangier Med port in Morocco is Africa's biggest seaport on the continent, and they move roughly 9 million containers annually, over 700,000 trucks, over 7 million passengers pass through this port, and 1 million export of vehicles as well. And this port earned millions annually. In 2021 alone, it made 145 million US dollars in just 6 months. It's one of the great ports on the continent. So, yes guys, that's the port of Morocco. So now Morocco give Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso the okay to go ahead to sign the deal to cooperate on using the port. Here comes Benin. Oh, we're no longer gonna sanction you in Niger. Come back, return to us, and we're gonna give you your port to use. But for 5 months, when they were suffering the heavy loss of not importing goods and the country was hurting, you have you sanction us on a massive level following the ECOWAS, which is Nigeria, Senegal, Ghana, and all those other countries. Now because I get a bigger port, a more upgraded port than what you have, for me to pass my goods through, export and import, now all of a sudden you want to open back your port? No. And I hope Niger do not pay attention to Benin, because that was a Western move when they listen to the French and the American to sanction Niger. So Niger, economy grew drastically because they kick out the French and so they have access to their own resources. Now they have access to a better port. When you ban us, stop us from getting our food and our food and our everything else that we need to run a country. Now you're gonna now because they realize they're gonna lose billions of dollars. Not only that, the oil also come from that port. So now because they're gonna have a direct route now to Mali, you're gonna lose billions of dollars. Now when you realize that, now you wanna come back. You wanna return now and say, oh no, Niger, don't work with the Moroccans. Come work back with Benin because here's our port. But no, I was hurting, and instead of you give me a hand to help me to lift up my country, you kicked me while I was down and said, no access to my port. You kicked me while I was down, following Nigeria, which is now hurting as well, the economies. And now, Benin gonna feel a massive hit from this new deal that Niger signed with Morocco, with the Moroccan king to use their port. So, what is the lesson in this for these countries? The ECOWAS, which they need to disband ECOWAS now because ECOWAS actually is not doing anything to help the continent. You are sanctioning one of your own. You put your economy in a hurt. You're losing money just because of what the Westerners told you to do. Now the Westerners gone, the French is out. You want to return? No. You should always stick to our African brothers and sisters to help grow our continent, to lift every country up. But no, because you feel you have some sort of power, you misuse it. Now you're hurting. You want Niger, who have the fastest growing economy. You want to come on our rise. You want to come and rise with us? No. And I'm agreeing with Niger to not work with Nigeria or Benin until they have a government change, because Nigeria president is a puppet of the West, especially the French, because he's hand in hand with the French, and also the Americans, because the Americans have a court case pending on him, and anytime he mess up and don't do what they say, they're gonna arrest him and sanction him. So he can't allow that. So he's putting pressure on Niger and Burkina Faso and Mali about coups and this is illegal and blah blah blah. All because he don't want to go to prison. So until he's removed from power, Niger cannot work with Nigeria. And nothing at all, period, until they get a change of government, because the citizens of Nigeria is with Niger, but because they don't have the power to force the president to do anything, they have to wait until either he change of president, or his time, when his time run out, or they overthrow him, which is I wouldn't recommend, because we don't want more coups right now unless we have a solid group to put in power, like Burkina Faso or Niger, where they're actually working for the people. So yeah. So big ups to the Moroccan king for coming to the aid of these three countries who is also in the process of becoming, creating their own airline. I'm talking about Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Their own airline, their own currency. It's in the works. So if that happens, their economy is going to explode even more, because they're going to be a force for economy. They already are allies militarily, because they did have signed an agreement that if you attack one, they attack all. So they have basically these three countries are doing what I want the whole continent to do: become one, in the sense of working together, backing up each other, and kick out all the Westerners, and get rid of all their bases from every single African country on the continent, because we don't need the Westerners to have no bases on the continents. So anyway, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, tell a friend, like, comment, share, subscribe. Boom.